on the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield. This is Hawkeye Volleyball, presented by Quick Star. Also brought to you by Homewood Suites and Home 2. Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels. University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Iowa Corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. Also brought to you by your Iowa John Deere dealers. John Deere loves to see the Hawkeyes do their thing, because if anyone can appreciate building a legacy, it's Deere. Hyatt Regency, caring for people so they can be their best. Mershman Seeds, your friend in the field. Oak Knoll Retirement Community, the Iowa City Area Sports Commission. And by Wellmark. You're listening to healthy coverage of the Iowa Hawkeyes from Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Now live, this is Hawkeye Volleyball, presented by Quick Star.
From Iowa City, Iowa, and the campus of the Iowa Hawkeyes, it's time for Hawkeye Volleyball. Match 2 of the weekend, featuring the second California cousin. See the 10-9, 1-6 Hawkeyes taking on the 10-7, 4-3, and the 23rd ranked UCLA Bruins. I'm John Evans with my star color analyst Reagan Coyle in the Hawkeyes' old home again, Carver Hawkeye Arena. The Hawkeyes dropped another competitive match on Friday night, falling in 4 sets to the 25th ranked USC Trojans. Sharday Van Zandt led the Hawkeyes with her first Iowa double-double, 21 kills and 11 digs. Claire Amaral notched her 6th double-double of the season with 41 assists and 15 digs. On the match, she also went past 3,000 career assists. But in the end, not being able to win the kind of those final key points doomed the Hawkeyes, losing sets 3 and 4 by the scores of 25-23 and 29-27. Meanwhile, UCLA visited Madison and were swept fairly handily by the host Badgers. Like many Big Ten teams, the Bruins have been a bit up and down, giving Iowa an opportunity to find a way back into the win column today. The Bruin offense is directed by Kate Duffy, the Big Ten setter of the week, and her main weapons are Sheridan Leverett and Eliana Urzua. Lola Schumacher, the Wisconsin transfer, holds down the back row while Mariana Singletary, the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week, is a blocking force for UCLA. Live from Iowa City, it's the Bruins and the Hawkeyes from Carver Hawkeye Arena for a Saturday afternoon matinee. Hi, Reagan.
Hello.
How's it treating you today?
Well, it is a little cooler in here today. We're down to 79.5 degrees as opposed to about 85.
Yeah, we're under 80, so we're in good shape
yes.
there.
Feels better in here today.
Good starting point. And now that you've made it past the challenge, you know, usually we run into Carver security and it's basketball that people have a hard time with. You had your trials and tribulations with Carver security today trying to get down here.
My name was not on the official list, but neither was yours, so not sure how official we are today.
I get here early enough that I beat the official list takers, so I sneak in early. But we were talking. Some of us were talking beforehand. What do you want to see today? You know, obviously Iowa, a six-match losing streak here, but we've sat through some losing streaks before. This one feels different. But
it does feel different. I agree.
But in the end, it gets you to the same place. So what do you want to see the Hawks come out and do today, right off the jump?
I'd like to see just that, right off the jump. It took a bit on Friday night for them to get going, get their offense rolling, but when they did, they were doing some really great things. So I think it'll be important for them to have a strong start and just start off with a spark instead of trying to find it, you know, in those last 5 points of every set.
I think that was kind of the same thing that I was thinking of. Is I felt like against USC on Friday, sets 2, 3, and 4 were the energy and effort level you have to have. Set 1, not quite as much, and I'm not even sure set 2 was for most of it. But when Iowa got behind at the end, really raised the effort level and then competed. And I think win or lose today, that's kind of I'd rather see that consistent effort level to see if Iowa can get there. Hawkeye starters are what you normally have: Whittingstall, Marquardt, Van Zandt, Stoyanovich, Amaral, and Varez. Mo Moisio comes in as the libero for the Hawkeyes. You've got Duffy, Briscoe, Ivkovic, Leverett, Singletary, Urzua, and Schumacher is the libero. She's in white. UCLA wearing kind of the trademark UCLA blue. Iowa in white today with Mo Moisio in the black libero jersey.
And no pink out jerseys for pink out, but they do have the pink ribbon in their hair.
Yeah, neither team pink. There's a lot of pink in the crowd. Herky has a pink t-shirt on. And Kate Duffy, the UCLA setter, will get us started here today. Off the tape, Moisio diving play. Amaral, middle attack, knocked over by Stojanovic, pushed to the outside, tipped over. Amaral's there, good run through. Moisio, right side to Varez. She's blocked straight down.
That's a really tough ball as a right-handed right side to make that inside ball and turn it line. She's a little bit blind to the block right there, so I'd like to see her either roll shot that ball over into the campfire to make UCLA work for it, or just take it cross court to zone 1.
Leverett and Singletary with the block. And it's tough when that ball comes over so high. That block's really able to sit on top of you too. Duffy to serve. Van Zandt tried to jump out of the way at the last second. It was going to be in if she did though, so goes off of her platform. Ace serve, 2-0 UCLA. Moisio takes it, perfect pass to Emerald. This time the connection's better with Stojanovic. Middle kill there. Hawks first point on a Stojanovic kill, 2-1 UCLA.
It's good to see Iowa kind of not let UCLA put too many points on them and serve and pass here.
Yeah, we saw one of the strangest serving matches ever on Friday night. Stojanovic knocks the serve over. Perfect pass from UCLA. Middle attack is hammered home. That was Singletary. USC had 2 aces and 17 service errors on Friday night. Iowa also had 2, but only had about half the service errors. So,
yeah, but I guess we're going to see a little bit more service pressure from UCLA today than we did on Friday night.
I would guess we'll get a lot more balls in here. Leverett now floats it over off the tape. Marquardt, good pass to Emerald. Outside Van Zandt. Goes off hands, over past Dig. Joust is pushed over by Van Zandt.
Van Zandt's so athletic, her vertical, she just floats in the air. She was up over the net as Duffy kind of runs into the net there. She was trying to chase that ball down.
3-2 now.
Makes you cringe a little bit for her ankles as she's coming down, making sure there's no feet underneath.
Barrett knocks the serve right down the line. Another perfect pass from UCLA. Right side swings tipped over. And Iowa's in the net, which is unfortunate because Moisio made a fantastic one-handed dig. And Charday called in the net.
And
like
tipping is what Iowa kind of struggled with on defense early against USC on Friday night.
Singletary now to serve. 4-2 Bruins. That ball sails just over the end line. I was talking to the coaches after the match Friday night, and that was one of the things. They knew USC had the ability to make a bunch of service errors if you let them, and that's one of those tough balls right there. That ball is only 18 inches out, so Allie Barrett's got to make a decision there. Against USC, Iowa got a break on some of those. USC knocked them well out of play, and that one put pressure on the defense, and Allie made a good choice.
Yeah, as I was talking about on Friday night, the serves tend to sail a little bit more in this arena as compared to other gyms.
Van Zandt served it off the tape, right side swing, finds a hole. That was Benzute with the kill. Actually, no, that was Ivkovic. She'll now leave. In will come Kat Lutz. 5-3 Bruins. Left-hander knocks it over. Barrett, tough pass. Left side swings blocked but out of bounds. Stepanidis with the kill.
Great use of hands by Stepanidis. She had a little bit slower start on Friday night against USC, so it's good to see her swinging right off the bat. no fear for her first kill.
Whittingstall to serve. Hawks still trail by 1 here early in the first set. Knocks the serve over. Pass middle of the floor. Slide is perfect. Briscoe with the slide score, 6-4. I was going to have to get Duffy off the logo, or UCLA is going to be able to run whatever offense they want.
Exactly, and like you mentioned before the game, they're very athletic and they're able to run a really fast tempo offense as well.
Urzua knocks the serve over. Great drop serve, causes the overpass. Middle attack, dug by Barrett, back to the UCLA side again. Push to the outside, block comes late from the middle. Powerful kill there from Leverett.
Amaral a little bit too far out, a lot of ground to cover for Stojanovic in the middle to get that block closed.
7-4 now. Urzua pops it over. Barrett, high ball, middle of the floor. Back row from Van Zandt. Pushed on the slide, tipped over. Hawks get there. Hawks roll it over. Dug up by Lutz. And that swing catches the line as well. That was Briscoe, and Coach Barnes has seen enough early here. He'll call timeout. 8-4 UCLA early in the first. We'll take 60 seconds. This is Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield.
Life's busy. Quickstar makes it easier. From fresh hot coffee to delicious bakery treats and quick grab-and-go meals and snacks, we've got what you need when you're on the run. Top off your tank with Quickstar's fully guaranteed fuel to keep you moving. Plus, enjoy added perks like free ATMs and complimentary air for your tires. Convenience, savings, and a see you next time with a smile. We're your go-to for everything you need to keep your day on track, because your comfort and cravings deserve the best. Stop into Quickstar today.
Can you think of anything that costs the same today as it did 10 years ago? There isn't much. That is, unless you're a Mid-American Energy customer. Thanks to all the renewable energy we're generating, our customers pay nearly the same rate for electricity today as they did back when we were all singing, "Call Me Maybe." And with Mid-American making even more investments in clean energy, you can count on enjoying those same affordable rates for the next decade. Now that's obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
John Evans and Reagan Coyle back here in Carver Hawkeye Arena. Quickstar is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye Volleyball. Find the nearest Quickstar location at quickstar.com. Okay, Coach Coyle, we didn't exactly get the starting at the jump that we had hoped for. It just feels like every UCLA pass has been right on the Tiger Hawk tail, and Claire Amaral's been having to move around a little bit on the Hawkeye side.
Definitely, yeah, UCLA's been in system quite a bit, and they run a really fast tempo offense, and that slide's going to be killer if the Iowa block can't find a way to take something off of that or just take away a little bit more space on the net.
Urzua sends a floater over. Good pass from Barrett outside to Stepanitis. She goes down the line, scores.
Not a super fast swing from Stepanitis, but a really smart shot down the line. She saw it was open and took advantage of it.
Varez checks in. Amaral to the service line. Stepanitis, Amaral knocks across court serve. Leverett power tip scores right into the campfire. Boy, she just hung there. It was that was like Charday up in the air. Just hung up in the air a long time and then kind of flicked her wrist down.
And it almost looks like UCLA is trying to find Charday in the back row to make her play defense.
Schumacher, great serve. One-handed up. Tipped over to the UCLA side. Leverett, big rip again, goes off the block and scores. But that was right side block. It looked like Stepanitis got lost because she didn't go up on a right side block, and Stojanovic got some hands on it.
Yeah, she slowed it down a little bit, but it was tough to defend coming off her left hand.
Schumacher sends a good floater to Stojanovic. Emerald back outside to the right to Varez. Schumacher diving play, and this is going to get knocked over to the Iowa side. Varez, Emerald behind her to Stepanitis, and she gets the kill on a Basically almost a hitting line. That was a good close to even get a hand on it by the UCLA block.
Yeah, I thought she was going to have a wide open net there, but Leverett made a nice broad jump and got one hand on it, but it just landed out of bounds on the Iowa side.
So Stepanidis leaves. Marquardt comes back in to serve. UCLA 10-6. Boy, you could just hear the crowd deflate there as Iowa trying to find a way back here early in the set. The ball catches the top of the tape and rolls to the Iowa side. 11-6, good first lap for UCLA as Kate Duffy back to the service line for the second time today. Oh boy, this is not what Iowa needs. Iowa called out of rotation on the serve. Gives Kate Duffy an easy ace. Not sure who they had hidden there, but down ref just gave her the thumbs up, so I think we're in good shape anyway at this time. Unfortunately, it goes off Moisio out of bounds. Back-to-back aces now for Duffy. It's 13-6. Coach Barnes will use his second time out here early in set one. We'll take 60 seconds. This is Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield.
Farmers are constantly chasing more yield and greater consistency. Check out Mershman Seeds Power Core Enlist Corn. Here's Ben Pieper, our product manager.
Power Core Enlist corn hybrids are the fastest growing traits in growers' fields right now. Farmers know that we are choosing the right hybrids for the right acres to put more corn in their hopper at harvest. Combine that with Mershman Seeds starting line seed treatment, growers are finding that high yielding consistency that they're looking for.
Contact your local Mershman Seeds dealer today and ask them about Power Core Enlist Corn from Mershman Seeds, your friend in the field.
We love it when the Hawkeyes do their thing, because if there's anyone who can appreciate building a legacy, it's John Deere. We've been growing our team since 1837, recruiting the best thinkers, doers, and makers to craft innovations that outpace the competition. Because whether it's cultivating the earth with a tractor or reshaping it with a 40-ton excavator, the machines we build are building America. Nothing runs like a Deere.
John Evans and Reagan Coyle back here in Carver Hawkeye Arena. We want a free t-shirt.
Heck yeah. Everyone in the crowd does too.
Got them. It's so far, much as I hate to put it this way, Iowa's play has not been inspiring yet. So the free t-shirt maybe will inspire the crowd, which will in turn inspire the team.
Hopefully, yeah. It's the intensity level on Iowa's side right now is lacking. They definitely need some sort of spark to get them going. Right now, UCLA is starting out 100%. Iowa only 46.2%. UCLA just doing everything right on their side, not having to work very hard to score points.
Well, yeah, I don't even feel like they've done anything spectacular yet. They've just kind of done their thing. And Iowa catches a break as that serve is not even close into the net, 13-7. So maybe that's how you get started. You get somebody to throw you a point and help you out. Sasha Stojanovic now can get Iowa going. She sends the serve over. Decent pass again. Middle attack shoved over. Dug by Stojanovic. Emerald outside to Van Zant. Big swing high off the block. Emerald takes it. Stojanovic with the platform behind her. Van Zant gets another try. Dug by Schumacher. Great ball. Pushed outside. Leverett tips. Emerald was chasing. And the second contact from Marquardt was a little too aggressive and sent it into the net where Iowa couldn't play it.
Yeah, she was about to run through and take that ball. So she had to slow down her run and kind of got on one knee and just shot her arms out to just try to get a contact on it.
Because Amaral was charging up. She ends up kind of deflecting it, threw off Marquardt's run, which made the whole thing out of whack. Leverett, good serve. Marquardt, right side to Vares. She throws it over. Great tip. But UCLA plays better defense. Amaral with the dig. Right side, Vares has to tip again. Throws it. Oh.
No touch and out of bounds.
I thought it was.
I thought she went off the hands there, but.
I did too. 15-7 on the air. I like what she did. I like how she varied the shot. Iowa in struggle mode right now. Leverett. helps out Iowa. 15-8 with another service error.
And right now, Iowa's still having a hard time picking up tips. UCLA is tipping a lot, and Iowa's having a hard time doing anything with those balls. They're out of system almost every single one. They're just having a hard time answering those.
Barrett pops the serve over. Schumacher, perfect pass. Middle's tipped over, dug up by Amaral, but couldn't control it. It was like you spoke it into even more existence.
It's frustrating because you want teams to earn their points, and with a tip, it doesn't quite feel like an earned point, especially with how athletic UCLA is.
I bet you didn't feel like that as a hitter, though.
Right. A kill's a kill.
Kill's a kill. 16-8, Hendrickson to serve. Barrett, good pass, middle of the floor, slide to Whittingstall. Knocks it off of Codling, tipped over again. Barrett with a good dig. Amaral said, I'll take this one. 16-9.
A good take by Amaral. We saw her struggle a little bit offensively against USC. She had a double block on her that one, but she kind of went high off the hands as opposed to just over the tape. Some of them can be.
Well, I like it better when it's in a bit of a scramble mode and teams have kind of at least moved a little bit. Van Zandt to serve, 16-9. Overpass. Amaral says, I'll take this one too. 16-10. First time Iowa has held serve. Charday. Good pass from Urzua. Block is drugged down on the Iowa side. Just kind of rattled through the hands of Stepanidis there. 17-10.
We saw quite a few of those on Friday night as well. Just miss hits with the block, kind of the ball hitting their block while they're on their way down, and the net just kind of eats it, and it's not recoverable.
Lutz serves. Left-hander knocks it at Barrett. High ball, backside of the floor. Van Zandt from the back rows, dug by Schumacher. Push to the outside. Big swing high off the hands. That'll be a kill for Urzua. Yeah. Well, to your point too, sometimes is that lack of press, and basically you're just kind of giving targets, because like that ball, she just rockets it off the hands and it ends up flying over the back row. And
yeah, and it was a nice high swing, kind of off the fingertips even.
Barrett, good pass. Amaral outside to Stepanidis. She tries to go down the line. Off the outside hand, scores.
Stepanidis, her 4th kill. She's hitting 1,000. 4 attempts, 4 kills, no errors. Great start for her.
She took the start on Friday night personally and didn't feel really good about it. So it doesn't surprise me to see her have a little bounce. Whittingstall, great serve, but Schumacher handles the pass. Urzua chops it. Barrett. Amaral tipped over by Stepanidis, and to your point, an in-system UCLA. Amaral back row to Van Zandt. Schumacher tracks it down. Right side slide. Briscoe does her fellow middle dirty there, and Whittingstall makes a business decision to kind of turn away and take it off the hip.
Playing pretty shallow left back defense there, just kind of at the 14-foot line. Got to keep your hands up to protect your face when you're that close to the net.
19-11. Serve floats over. Stepanidis, good pass. Slide to Stojanovic. That's 4 contacts. Thank you. Because the first one was not a block anymore.
Right. Finally kind of scored on a out-of-system ball for Iowa.
Yeah, and that's we've seen that connection to the middle struggle lately. It's the timing of that ball coming on the slide to Stojanovic is off. She does a nice job to tip it over. Amaral, good serve. Lutz, perfect pass. And a fantastic dunk shot by Duffy, who went up with 2 hands and then just spun it back with her left hand.
And Stepanidis kind of coming down, bringing her hand to her forehead like, shoot, should have gotten that. She maybe forgot setter was front row or just missed her.
20-12, Schumacher. Van Zandt, not a great pass. Stepanidis from the right just rolls it over. Actually used Duffy though. Schumacher to Leverett, dug by Moisio. Outside, back row to Van Zandt. It's tipped over though. Leverett, big rip. Emerald, back row from Van Zandt, sends it high over hands and out of bounds. 21-12.
I do like the smart out-of-system shots that Iowa's having right now. Like you mentioned, they're finding a way to get Duffy take that first contact, making UCLA be out-of-system.
Schumacher, perfect serve. Moisio, decent pass. Middle attack, Stojanovic. Good chop, but dug up. Leverett, big swing. Boy, that is UCLA's 15th kill with no hitting errors on 25 swings. I'm pretty good at math. That means 600 hitting. I don't think you're not gonna win many sets when you let your opponent hit 600.
Right. Yeah, Iowa's block just having a hard time really getting any piece of UCLA's attacking right now.
Van Zandt, perfect pass this time, dumped over, but boy, dug up. Iowa actually stops an attack, but then it's tipped over. Tight ball, pushed outside Vares from the left, works it through the contact and scores. 22-13.
And that's the matchup you want to have. Vares on the outside with a smaller matchup with Duffy as the setter.
Yeah, you'd like to think the 6'3" Vares and the 6-foot setter will do okay. Marquardt, perfect serve, but perfect pass. Tipped over, Moisio knocks it back to the UCLA side. Try this again, works better this time. Singletary with the kill. UCLA runs good tempo even when they're kind of out of system. They're willing to keep jamming it back to the middle with tempo. It's worked out nicely.
And a balanced offense at that as well.
Duffy sends the serve at Moisio. Great pass to Emerald, right side to Vares. She fires it off of Duffy and over the first row in the crowd. 23-14. Yeah, I mean, 4 players already, 3 or more kills for UCLA. Stojanovic sends the serve off. Leverett, okay pass. She'll get the ball back. Man, that's the one. That block is not sealed at all there. And I know coaches have talked a little bit about Carmel gets into a spot, and then it looks like the block is set until she changes where she's at the last second. And
yeah, it makes it tough for the middle to
then
close
Hannah,
completely.
Yeah, then Hannah can't get it fully shut. And Iowa's going to get called out of rotation to finish the set. And so we will get ace serve number 4 as Iowa out of rotation. Wow, that was...
I think they're leaving too early before the serve on that one. But, yeah, to have 2 out of rotation calls in the first set, definitely something that you don't want to give away at all.
That was less than ideal. We're gonna take 2 minutes after that one. 2 minutes, we'll be back. This is Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield.
You asked for all the extreme internet performance at an all-in price, and we listened. Get 1 gig internet with a 2-year price lock and everything included. Unlimited data for non-stop streaming, powerful Wi-Fi for enhanced coverage, built-in online threat protection, and internet equipment. All for just $65 a month for 2 years. It's the extreme 1 gig internet deal you asked for. Call 844-4FASTER or visit extreme.com for details. Offer available to new customers only. Price doesn't include one-time charges, tax, and government fees.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oak Knoll is located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We are a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
Hello, Iowa. Here's a promise. Wherever you are in this great state, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, even if you never walk through our doors. Educating, caring, leading research, sharing our expertise with all. Because because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
The silly moments, the proud moments, even the hard moments. They're what make life remarkable. And they're why Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here for every moment. Committed to making healthcare better, more affordable, with more choices for care. And service and coverage that give you peace of mind no matter what comes your way. So you can show up for every tender moment, every brave moment, and every wouldn't miss it for the world moment, knowing that Blue is here for you. Go to wellmark.com/every moment to find a plan right for you.
John Evans and Reagan Coyle back here at Carver Hawkeye Arena. Quickstar is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye Volleyball. Find the nearest Quickstar location at quickstar.com. Well, we talked about Iowa needed to start on time and all kinds of fun platitudes and cliches about that, and they didn't.
To say the least, yeah, they did not. Right now, UCLA is doing everything right. They're in system. They're starting out really well, up in 92%. Iowa just having a really hard time getting any sort of momentum going. They're struggling defending UCLA. With them having just such a balanced offense, it's really hard for us to get anything, positive touches on the net are hard to come by right now.
UCLA hits 567 in the first set, 17 kills on 30 swings with no errors. All of their kills were assisted. The only thing they did even semi-wrong was the 3 service errors, and I would say that those were all relatively close and putting pressure on that. I guess the one in the net wasn't very good. The other 2 that were long were pretty.
They weren't 5 feet out. They were about a foot out.
Yeah, they were reasonable serves. Yep. And then you throw in 4 aces. 2 of those, though, were Iowa being out of rotation. And so that was about as grisly of a set for the Hawkeyes as you can imagine. And I'm not trying to tempt any volleyball god here to put any other voodoo on Iowa, but that's, for now, probably 2 weeks, that's been my only real complaint with the team is they haven't started on time. And that even if UCLA is going to play their A game, obviously Iowa will have a difficult time taking down a ranked team that's playing their A game, but you can bring an A effort anyway, and that didn't look like it.
No, not at all.
Marquardt sends the serve over. Bad pass finally. Duffy, though, a perfect ball, and there's a hitting error.
UCLA wanted to touch on that. Stepanitis wags her finger and says, no touch.
We're going to...
Duffy kind of looking at her coach like, I don't know.
Well. Okay, net call.
Oh, net
okay. Call, maybe. That would be really unfortunate because that ball was a foot over the block and 5 feet out of bounds.
I feel like Iowa has had a handful of net calls, even on Friday night as well. Just when they kind of start to get some positive touches, they have a few net calls that are definitely avoidable.
Yeah, there were only 2 blocking errors listed Friday night, but I'm with you. It feels.
She's very thorough with her explanation there.
Well, and so now if you're Leverett or you're the coach with Leverett, are you looking at her going like, okay, I can't trust you.
Right.
You just told me she was in the net and it was you.
Yeah, the how she couldn't feel that on her way down was kind of wild.
So Iowa with their first lead of the match on the Leverett hitting error and then challenge error. Another bad pass. Leverett will get another try. She tips this time. Van Zant's there. Emerald behind her to Varez. And she hits it through the block. Drug down on the UCLA side.
Point Bruins.
We've got to back up.
Oh, boy. The ref thinks it was on the other side of the net.
You have got to be kidding.
Coach Barnes going, are we really doing this?
Coach Barnes has to challenge. There was not a single player.
Well, and this was the up ref that missed a blatant touch call as well. So.
Oh, jeez.
You hate to see it.
This is.
UCLA coaching staff going, oh my.
There isn't a single person on the floor other than the up ref who pointed that way.
Right.
That thinks this ball is UCLA's ball.
Right.
Unbelievable. I mean, the UCLA players are laughing about it at this point.
Right.
They're like, what are we doing?
You might as well admit to the ref, hey, you should overturn this.
I'm going to guess that that our up referee here is not going to get a glowing weekend review from our coaching staff. Two 2-0 Iowa here in the second, and we've had two challenges. Another bad pass from UCLA. Schumacher has to just knock it over. Marquardt slaps it, doesn't get good contact though. Van Zandt has to just knock it back. That's a tough break for Iowa. Lutz, perfect ball. Blocked by Van Zandt as she gets the Singletary slide and sends it back.
And way to really make something out of nothing there. Free ball from UCLA causes Iowa to be out of system. Those are the balls that have to be in system for Iowa. But good answer by Van Zandt, just getting a stuffed block on that ball.
Marquardt off the tape. Lutz better pass this time. Slide again. Sends it out of bounds. UCLA had no hitting errors in the first set. They have 3 swings and 3 errors here in set 2. 4-0 Iowa. Marquardt sends that one out of bounds. I still like the pressure. That was maybe a little too long. You'd like it maybe a little closer, but made him make a decision. 4-1 Iowa. Kate Duffy back to serve.
Some barking from the Iowa bench.
I heard we did that in the first set. That was new. Marquardt off the net. Juarez from the right sends it over the block. No touch.
Vargas has a few of those every set. Just she's trying to aim for a high hands, but if the hands aren't there, that ball is landing about 2 feet out of bounds every swing.
So UCLA's cut the lead in half, 4-2. Coach Reft is ready to go. He's in serve receive mode. He takes a step back. Duffy knocks the serve over. It's a good one. Marquardt, great pass. And Van Zandt off hands down the line, scores.
Only her second kill, which is kind of crazy. I feel like she had a few by now, but.
Yeah, after 21 Friday night, Iowa will need to get her going. 5-2 Iowa. Stojanovic, good pass from Urzwa. Middle attack, misses wide. Singletary missed, 6-2.
Singletary having a hard time getting going this second set. She had a really good first and just a little bit in her head right now.
Well, I hope the Demons stay there for a bit. Stojanovic sends a high floater, bad pass out of the middle. Leverett inside the court tips, and that's a smart tip. She brought it inside the court, and then she went back to Vares's outside right hand, and Carmel couldn't reach back and get it. Leverett up to 7. She's back to serve now. 6-3 Iowa. Sends the floater over. Marquardt, perfect ball. Outside to Van Zandt. Dug by Leverett. All the way across. High off the hands. Moisio, good dig. Amaral, back row setter. She tried like crazy to bring it back. Just couldn't quite pull it back onto the Iowa side.
Yeah, it's too bad. It's such a great up by Moisio. She does such a good job just covering everything back there, but tough get having a back row setter.
6-4. Leverett, Moisio, perfect pass. Whittingstall's dug up. Right side swing coming. Blocked. Varez gets it. Amaral. And the Hawks will just have to knock it across. Schumacher. Duffy. Van Zant block was kind of set up, and Whittingstall was trying to close, and it rattles between hands. Ivkovic with the kill. Bruins back to within 1, 6-5.
Yeah, Van Zandt a little wide on that ball, and with her really high vertical, she kind of slapped at that ball a little bit instead of just a smooth press over the net.
Leverett, good flat serve, perfect pass. Right side to Varez. Boy, diving play from Duffy, and the Bruins are going to get this in the air. All right, run it in system. Perfect pass. Right side again. Varez blocked and out of bounds.
Good high swing by Varez. Once again, they have a double block on her almost every swing, so she's got to keep hitting high hands and using that block to her advantage.
So on a ball like that, we've seen UCLA kind of run. Do you look to Whittingstall to keep the defense a little honest? Maybe keep that middle from just immediately running toward Varez?
Definitely, and I think it helps to get Varez going a little bit and then come back to Whittingstall, and hopefully she's more one-on-one.
Moisio, great dig, pushed outside to Van Zant, off the hands, blocked, but out of bounds. Hawks score again, 8-5.
Much better start for Iowa in the second set, just finding a way to not let UCLA go on runs.
Allie Barron to serve again for Iowa. Good flat serve. Schumacher, though, perfect pass. Middle attack is blocked, but out of bounds. Singletary fired it off Whittingstall.
Whittingstall in the right spot, and she's nice and high over the net, but those are just toolable hands when she's not quite pressed over.
Singletary to serve. Iowa by 2. Moisio, bad pass. Amaral gets there. Van Zant got a big swing at it, which was kind of actually surprising, but a big UCLA block was sitting there.
And it's a good diving effort by Amaral to get a good swingable ball up on that play.
That was a 6-3 and a 6-4 block. 8-7 Iowa. Barrett, decent pass. Back outside. High off the hands there. That can get chased down. Oh, thought it could have. Duffy might have made a business decision there too, as she kind of reached the end of the Terraflex.
She was thinking about it. She was running. She could have got it, but I don't know if she saw something. She didn't, she knew the court was going to end and there's a drop off there, so
yeah, there's no
probably for the best if she didn't want to fall.
Yeah, no warning track to figure that one out. Middle attack's blocked by Iowa. Moisio, Amaral, back row to Van Zant. Schumacher with a beautiful dig. Ivkovic is blocked. Stepanitis, Whittingstall.
Iowa with the triple block on that one. Everyone knew where that was going on the UCLA side.
10-7 Iowa here in the second. Van Zant, powerful serve. Decent pass, pushed all the way across, tipped over. Barrett's there. Amaral fights through traffic, gets Whittingstall on the slide and scores. There it was. And that is almost a hitting line, as Urzua wasn't really ready to chase back to that one.
That's Whittingstall's first kill. Good to see her getting involved. Like I said, we're doing a great job pin to pin, as we did on Friday night as well. So it'll be good to be in system, get our middles involved to even spread the block out even more.
Van Zant's serve goes just over the end line. 11-8 third Hawkeye service error. And Kat Lutz will take her time coming into the game. Hops forward and fires it left-handed. Into the net. Good play by Whittingstall, and Amaral dunks it over. Heads-up play by Hannah Whittingstall to get that serve off the tape. Amaral with kill number 3.
Smart shot by her there, just to dump it instead of taking a swing on it, just to kind of sneak it past the block and find a spot on the floor.
Whittingstall sends a great serve down the line. Lutz, though, good pass. Stojanovic had gone up with Duffy, so she was slow coming back over. The ball kind of rattled between hands there. 12-9 on the slide kill for Briscoe.
And I said this on Friday night as well, but Iowa middles have to be more cautious. We have not seen Duffy be super offensive in this game tonight. I'd like to see them almost forget about her as an attacker and use that effort to close on the block rather than hold on Duffy.
Barrett, not a great pass, tipped over by Van Zant. She does use the setter, Leverett, big swing. The triple was set and there, but unfortunately rattled off hands into the campfire, 12-10. Well, to that point, she isn't Claire where she's swinging and hitting them straight down. So then don't you have to depend on left back or right back to see the tip and just run through and dig it?
I would say so. Yeah, I would say forget about her as an attacker. Don't let her slow you down on your way to close that block.
Barrett, a little better pass this time. Stepanitis goes through hands and scores. 13-10, that's 5 now for Hallie. I don't usually hear hands through the headset. I heard hands through the headset that time.
Yeah, there was no question that there was a touch on that ball.
Claire Amaral to serve for the Hawks. Drops it over Lutz. Good pass. Goes outside. Leverett tips again. And Iowa doesn't pick it up again.
Yeah, I've seen that a couple times already. UCLA making Van Zant play defense in that middle back position.
When she's positioned on the back line, so there is a lot of room in front of her. And so
she's playing pretty deep on the court, yeah.
You almost wonder if coming up a step, or maybe she's playing back because it makes it easier for her. Moisio, good pass. Outside of Varez on the left. Tried to go hit high hands, missed.
Stojanovic wanting a touch on that play, but nobody else is super confident there was one.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I think it looked like the one she missed earlier where she just went over the top. 13-12, UCLA back to within one. Schumacher. Van Zant, good ball to Amaral, right side. Stepanitis tried to go hands and she missed. And all of a sudden we're tied at 13. And Coach Barnes doesn't want to let it get any more, so he'll call timeout. We're tied at 13 in the second set. UCLA leads 1-0. We'll take a break. This is Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield.
You asked for all the extreme internet performance at an all-in price, and we listened. Get 1 gig internet with a 2-year price lock and everything included. Unlimited data for non-stop streaming, powerful Wi-Fi for enhanced coverage, built-in online threat protection, and internet equipment. All for just $65 a month for 2 years. It's the extreme 1 gig internet deal you asked for. Call 844-4FASTER or visit extreme.com for details. Offer available to new customers only. Price doesn't include one-time charges, tax, and government fees.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oak Knoll is located near the University of Iowa Hospitals and Clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We are a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
Welcome back to Carver Hawkeye Arena. John Evans, Reagan Coyle. Well, the second set started with a little bit more fire, and unfortunately Iowa's kind of taking the air out of their own balloon.
Right, it's 13-13, but definitely feels different than that. I feel like Iowa has quite a few unforced errors right now and just giving UCLA a lot of free points.
Iowa with 7 attack errors, UCLA with 1 block. And so Iowa's hit several balls out of bounds. Now, again, you can, whether it's going for high hands, whatever you're trying to accomplish there, but it hasn't been successful here lately. Schumacher knocks it over. Moisio, perfect pass to Amaral. And Briscoe's, or Singletary's called for attacking it on the Iowa side. You know, though, as a coach, I'd rather see that out of my middle, going up and doing that every once in a while, because you're going to get that call as often as you're not.
Right.
Iowa keeps the lead. Marquardt sends a floater over at Urzua, and then Iowa gets the block on Singletary again. Stojanovic and Van Zant with the block, 15-13 Iowa.
Iowa doing a really good job of slowing down Singletary this second set.
Yeah, she has 4 of the 6 hitting errors for UCLA now. Good serve. Bad pass from Lutz. Leverett tries to go high hands, missed high hands, but caught the back line. That was a good little topspin lob there.
Yeah, just a really smart kind of roll shot, power roll shot that just paints the back line on Iowa's side.
Yeah, that wasn't her full power swing, but it was just well placed and perfectly positioned. 15-14 Iowa. Kate Duffy to serve. Good strong serve. Moisio, tough pass. Amaral goes down and gets it. And Van Zandt is blocked by Briscoe and Ivkovic. No, Singletary and Ivkovic.
Van Zandt is athletic enough to get that ball over that block, even though it's a pretty sizable block. She can definitely hit over and or around, or even just throw in a shot too. Kind of a deep tip to zone 1 would be great too.
You'd prefer Singletary would come a beat late on that. Right side to Varez. Boy, Iowa tries to go high hands again and misses. 16-15. Yeah, on the one before to Van Zandt, Amaral had to go down on her knees and was clearly going to push it that way. So the Singletary block was just kind of chasing over with it. UCLA retakes the lead at 16-15. Off of Marquardt's platform, and Iowa just self-destructing here. 17-15. Coach Barnes will use his second timeout. It's just all self-inflicted wounds again. 60 seconds here. UCLA leads the second, 17-15. Well, this is Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield.
You power your day with passion and purpose. It's the same for Alliant Energy. We're modernizing the grid, blending new, renewable, and traditional energy sources to meet growing demand safely and reliably. We're rising to the challenge to meet your energy needs today and for generations to come. Visit alliantenergy.com/poweringbeyond to learn more.
Cancer doesn't care. It doesn't care what you look like, how old you are, what you do, or where you live. We do. University of Iowa Healthcare is doing more to beat cancer than anyone in the state. From second opinions to life-saving treatments that happen here first. We lead the way in research, training, and care because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
John Evans, Reagan Coyle back here at Carver Hawkeye Arena. The the juice has left the squeeze. Iowa started fast here in set 2, fought off the first UCLA run, but now a 4-0 UCLA run again. UCLA has counterpunched nicely. So even though Iowa has muddied it up and made UCLA.
Yeah, both teams really struggling on offense this second set. UCLA hitting 048, Iowa hitting 105. Both teams having a tough time kind of getting going offensively.
Duffy to serve again. Boy, and Marquardt just got eaten up by that serve. She was ready to platform, and it just kind of floated, got head high on her. And this is something you do not see very often. JMO leaves. Greta Schleister will check in for her. 6th ace serve of the match for UCLA on a 5-0 run. Duffy. Schleister, good ball. Right side to Varez. To your point, she took the outside hand there. I had asked Reagan at the commercial, what do you do differently if you're Carmel Varez? So maybe get a set further out and be able to use the line a little bit.
Right, I like that line shot. Just catches like the left hand of UCLA's outside blocker. Hit a nice tool.
18-16. Stojanovic sends it over. Urzua, perfect pass. Good dig there by Stojanovic. Varez goes through the block. Great dig there from Urzua. Pushed over with 2 hands. Right side swing. Sent well over the inline. Good hustle play. Good scramble there for Iowa. They get the point. Back to within 1, 18-17.
It's just going to be important for Iowa to keep their foot on the gas here. Really eliminate those unforced errors that we've seen a lot of this second set.
18-17, Stojanovic sends it at Leverett, makes her play it. Boy, that is forced to the middle and works out beautifully as Singletary kind of just almost Kareem skyhooks it over. And I'm not suggesting she carried it over that way, just kind of flicked it over. And
yeah, just that ball was in between Schleister and Van Zandt, and a little bit of a miscommunication. That's got to be Van Zandt taking that ball, coming to play off-blocker defense.
Leverett knocks it at Schleister, right side to Varez. She hammers it home, and there's a little fire, both from Amaral and Varez. 19-18, Iowa trails by 1.
Really great swing. Kind of finally found UCLA's seam there with the middle blocker being late to close on that. She was able to find that seam swing. Good, powerful kill by Varez.
Allie Barrett had a big serving run Friday night in set 2. She knocks it at Schumacher, perfect pass. Quick ball there will not lead to a Barrett serving run as Singletary scores out of the middle. And that's a good play too. They ran her in a little different position. Iowa's block was not ready for it.
Yeah, and even though the set was a little off the net, UCLA's been really good about forcing their middles to keep going on their route, even when they're out of system.
Hendrickson to serve, 20-18 UCLA. Strong serve, Barrett. Iowa gets that ball in play somehow, but in system now for UCLA. Dug by Schleister. Amaral out to Van Zandt. Oh boy, caught a break there. Duffy played a ball that was probably out.
I think there might have been a block touch on it too.
Okay, perfect.
But so maybe a challengeable one nonetheless if they would have called it the other way, but or if Duffy wouldn't have went for that ball. But I like the change up by Van Zandt to kind of go line on that ball. She's gotten blocked a few times trying to go cross, so I like the switch up.
20-19, Van Zandt to serve. Good strong serve. Urzuino, perfect pass. Right side swing. And that was just Ivkovic over top of everybody. Because at first I thought, oh, the middle block is going to be late, and then she just went over Stepanidis anyway, and it didn't matter. 21-19.
Found that seam on the floor, that 5-6 seam. It's really hard to defend.
Lutz to serve. Barrett, high ball, right to Amaral. And unfortunately, Whittingstall knocks it in the net on a...
That ball a little too low for Whittingstall.
Okay.
Even though it was a quick 6 ball, it barely cleared the net for Whittingstall to get a good swing on it.
I can't see with the tall assistant coach now. 22-19. UCLA running a screen on serve receive here, and I can't see the match anymore. Van Zandt from the back row, dug by Lutz. Pushed outside, blocked. Collision cover, but works. Urzua, dug by Barrett, overpass. Boy, and there's the slide in transition. That ball is not down, even though Iowa's cheering. Barrett, Amaral, Whittingstall tips. Dug up again. Urzua pushes it over with 2 hands. Van Zandt, Amaral dumps. Dug. Schumacher, not the time to dump. Moisio. It is the time to swing, though.
Like you mentioned earlier, love that swing in transition when the defense and block is still getting set. Good choice by Amaral there.
Codling leaves. Leverett comes it back into the back row. Iowa needs a run. 22-20 UCLA. Whittingstall to serve. Strong serve. Bad pass. Chased down by Lutz. Schumacher knocks it over. Whittingstall. Perfect ball to Amaral. Outside Stepanidis. Misses. Boy, and she had it one-on-one too. Not sure.
She was a bit early for that swing. She had to swing on her way down. Just not, a little behind her too, just without some power too.
Crucial point goes the wrong way, 23-20. Urzua serves it over. Barrett, not a great pass. Stepanidis to try again. Blocked and off of her. And after a great start, she's going to have to dig back into that reservoir that she found Friday night. Set point UCLA. Barrett, good ball. Back row to Van Zandt. Dug by Schumacher back to the Iowa side. Barrett, Amaral, Stojanovic, dug by Schumacher. Man, Leverett will get a rip. She's blocked, though. That's a heck of a swing from Leverett.
It is.
That ball's coming back from over the back end line, and she's able to get a swing on it. Now Iowa's block was set and ready, which good job pressing to get it done. 24-21. Amaral, good serve. Lutz, okay pass. Leverett, big swing. That ball's a lift, thank you. I was going to lose my mind. We were close.
You never know. That ref has missed some questionable calls, so it was an immediate whistle, an immediate call by you.
I was going to give him the first one that maybe Leverett's touch was okay, but the second one was a little gross. 24-22, Amaral floats it to the corner, got into Urzua's chest. Good ball. Leverett will get a rip again. Triple set up. She tips. Amaral, Moisio, Stepanitis chops. Schumacher, tight ball. Pushed back to Leverett. Block got there, but Lutz with a great cover. Leverett again. Blocks there again. Oh, somebody slapped at it. Moisio, Amaral, Varez off the block. Urzua. Oh, great job from Stepanitis as she went up, jousted with Duffy, and knocked it into the 2 spot. Iowa back to within 1, forces the first UCLA timeout. 24-23, we'll take 60 seconds. This is Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield.
The silly moments, the proud moments, even the hard moments, they're what make life remarkable. And they're why Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here for every moment. Committed to making healthcare better, more affordable, with more choices for care. And service and coverage that give you peace of mind no matter what comes your way. So you can show up for every tender moment, every brave moment, and every wouldn't miss it for the world moment, knowing that Blue is here for you. Go to Wellmark.com/every moment to find a plan right for you.
Unwind in style at Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, where luxury and excitement come together. Tee off on a world-class golf course, savor gourmet dining, and enjoy premier entertainment and amenities that are second to none. Feeling lucky? Hit the slots or try your hand at our table games. There's always action on the floor. Whether you're here to relax, play, or indulge, Riverside offers more than just a getaway. It's an unforgettable experience. Visit Riverside Casino and Resort.com to learn more.
Back here in Iowa City, John Evans and Reagan Coyle at Carver Hawkeye Arena. Iowa on a 3-0 run. Has erased 3 set points. Need to erase a 4th, though.
Definitely in that last rally, Stojanovic is putting in work at the net. She got 3 great blocks on UCLA's outside.
Yeah, and she gets no credit for any block. Hallie Stepanitis gets the finishing block.
Right.
Hallie Stepanitis gets the only block on the play there. Claire Amaral, do not throw the changeup this time. Put a little something on it. She throws the changeup, and Lutz steps in and takes a perfect ball. Dug by Amaral. Van Zandt, a good ball to Varez, who comes into the court. Lutz, another good dig. Outside to Leverett. Hawks got the triple block there, but Leverett powers it through. Her 11th kill is the second set winner, 25-23.
It's a really good effort by Iowa to kind of fight back. Just a little bit too late. The same thing that we saw on Friday night. It just we need to have that from the start, from the middle, and not wait until the last 5 points to really put that defensive effort and intensity in. Needs to start right from the jump.
Could you have seen 2 more different sets? UCLA hits 567 in the first set, 17 kills on 30 swings. In set 2, UCLA hits 024, 12 kills, 11 errors on 41 swings.
Right. Definitely not how they were intending to play. I'm going to guess that. I'm going to guess to see a different third set coming out of the locker room for UCLA for sure.
The problem is now if you're Iowa, you did probably the one thing you needed to do. You forced UCLA into errors, and you still didn't close. What are you going to need to try to massage and do a little differently here to find your way in set 3?
I think Iowa did a good job, like you said, slowing down UCLA's offense. Iowa offense struggled a little bit in that set, though, as well. So great defense, but now we need to see the offense kind of get going here, get our middles more involved. Stojanovic doing a really good job defensively in the middle. We saw a winning stall slide kill, but middle's still a little bit slow to start, and I think that starts with passing. Got to be in system to run any sort of offense in the middle.
Yeah, 3 kills on 11 swings for Hawkeye middle. So, yeah, you're exactly right. On a team that you're going to need to keep the team honest to keep the pins active. Going to need to find a way to get those middles involved. Let's take 2 minutes. UCLA leads 2-0. This is Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield.
Life moves fast. Quick Start keeps up. Whether it's fresh coffee, a bakery treat, or take-home meals that make life easier, we've got everything you need right here. While you're fueling up with our fully guaranteed gasoline, we've got great services like free ATMs and free air. Always clean stores, clean restrooms, and a smile for your day. Hey, we're all about saving you time, money, and making life easier. Quick Star's here for you. Whenever you need us, we got you covered.
At MidAmerican Energy, our 1.6 million customers depend on our energy 24/7. That's why we work 24/7 to deliver the safe, reliable energy you need. To keep our 99.9% reliability record, we're enhancing our technology, improving resiliency, and investing in critical infrastructure. We're generating power from all available resources to cover any increases in demand. And we're innovating to ensure you always have the energy you need. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Farmers are constantly chasing more yield and greater consistency. Check out Mershman Seeds Power Core Enlist Corn. Here's Ben Pieper, our product manager.
Power Core Enlist corn hybrids are the fastest growing traits in growers' fields right now. Farmers know that we are choosing the right hybrids for the right acres to put more corn in their hopper at harvest. Combine that with Mershman Seeds starting line seed treatment, growers are finding that high yielding consistency that they're looking for.
Contact your local Mershman Seeds dealer today and ask them about Power Core Enlist Corn from Mershman Seeds, your friend in the field.
Hey Hawkeyes, this is Coach Ferentz. We're excited about the football season. Iowa Corn is pumped up for their season and their partnership with the Hawkeyes. When you drive to the game, support Iowa's corn farmers by selecting unleaded 88 at the pump. It's a fuel choice that's cheaper, homegrown, and better for the planet. It's worth the hype. Get pumped up with unleaded 88. Let's go Hawks.
John Evans, Reagan Coyle back here at Carver Hawkeye Arena. Iowa fights gamely, but falls in set 2, 25-23. Being overrun by the managers. I'm concerned.
Must have lost their connection, maybe.
They're checking the router. The stats are probably more even than I would think, but the one that kind of the hidden one. There's 2 things I want to ask you about. The first hidden one, Iowa's got to clean up the serve and pass game. 3 service errors for both teams, but 6 aces for UCLA, none for Iowa. It was a game that they may have won Friday night, but if they won it Friday night, they won by default because USC was so bad. Right,
and I think Iowa can bring a little bit more from the service line. Right now, UCLA is just in system almost every ball. Like you said, 6 aces for UCLA. We have none for Iowa.
Well, and you want to. The contrast is UCLA middles have 27 swings. Iowa middles have 11.
Right.
And UCLA middles have 11 kills. Now they do have 5 errors. Singletary struggled a little bit there early in the set, but she did kind of figure it out. And then as Iowa comes back late to the court, they went to the locker room because I'm going to assume that there was we'll call it a heart-to-heart that may have happened.
We'll say that.
An ask and a reminder of effort level that wasn't necessarily for public consumption, and Coach Barnes doesn't do that very often. So he is an extremely positive around the team person. But sometimes a kick in the rear end is is the tonic that's needed.
Sure.
So Iowa will have to battle back out of a 2-0 hole. Iowa did have 6 blocks there in set 2. So again, if you're hunting for positives, there's part of it.
Just didn't quite have the offense to really match it. Offense right now is struggling. Amaral is leading the hitting percentage column, 667, 4 kills on 6 attempts. Iowa, Pinn's really struggling a little bit. Varez with 6 kills, 5 errors. Stepanitis, 5 kills, 3 errors. Just need to find that offensive spark and efficiency to match what the blocking and defense brought that in that second set.
Duffy now to serve. Knocks it over at Marquardt. Good ball to Amaral. Right side to Varez. High off the block. Dug up by Urzua. Leverett hammers it home. I was going to ask you, so that was kind of the... I know I've seen message board conversations. I know every player thinks their position is the one that has to work the hardest. I think that for a team to be successful, your middle has to be a Tasmanian devil back and forth. Duffy knocks it over at Marquardt. Bad pass. Amaral, good ball to Van Zandt. Tries to go high hands. Schumacher with the dig. Pushed out to Leverett. Block gets set, knocked down. And boy, Iowa in the net. Varez on an easy dig for Amaral. 2-0 UCLA. So back to that point. I think your middle, because of what's asked of them to go pin to pin, to read plays, to go in transition, to try to be offensive, I think you need just a flat worker in the middle.
100%. And that's what's going to keep the block second guessing on the other end. When you have, on the other side, when you have a middle that's going to work hard and really sell those attacks, if you don't have a middle that works hard, the block has such an easy time. All they have to do is move pin to pin if they know they don't have a real threat in the middle.
Jamie Marquardt checks out after the Duffy ace serve. Schleister back in. 3-0 UCLA. Feels really important right now. Moisio overpass. And Singletary takes a chunk out of the Tiger Hawk beak.
Kind of what we guessed, and we are going to see a cleaner set from UCLA this one after after quite a few errors in the second, but a service ace there.
Duffy with an aggressive serve.
Ace,
yeah. Aggressive serve down the line, misses to give Iowa their first point at 4-1.
Guess that's why I don't do the play-by-play, right?
Stojanovic. Leverett, high ball, middle of the floor. Goes back out to her. Off Whittingstall and over to us. I would love to tell you that in my 7 years of doing this, I have never made a score or a player mistake, but that would probably not be accurate. Leverett serve, 5-1 UCLA. Schleister, good ball to Amaral, across to Van Zandt. Chardet is up to 6.
Every point is crucial in this third set, being down 0-2.
Well, just for, it felt like that first 4-0 was the first attempt for UCLA to pop the balloon. And so Iowa needs to get UCLA away with the needle. And unfortunately, Allie Barrett knocks the serve long. No aces, 4 errors for the Hawks. Those serves don't look that aggressive. They're kind of floating, and which I know is also, you know, the float is a good option. Off the tape, Barrett runs through it. Amaral, good dig there from Codling. That ball just misses. UCLA, funny enough, thinks it didn't, although funny, when he looked at his bench, there was nobody looking down the line that agreed with him because they were not paying attention. And so it will now be interesting to see if him from his angle, which was not straight down the line, was right.
Players seem to think it was in. Didn't have the best angle over here to see one way or the other, but
yeah,
we'll
I was
see.
more laughing that as he looked at his bench,
no feedback.
The people that should have been looking straight down the line which was actually Leverett, was not looking straight down the line, but this down ref is amazingly fast.
I love her efficiency.
I guess it's easy when it's that clear.
Right. We needed her on the challenges from Friday night.
Yes, that would have perhaps helped Iowa prolong the match. I've never been fined. That would be a fun way to 7-2 UCLA. Barrett overpass. Whittingstall gets the cover. Amaral chases it down. Van Zant tips it, blocked. Yeah, the Iowa tipping is not
productive.
No, it's really not. And that UCLA block is bigger, and so you've just got to be different. Charday, an extremely athletic leaper, but
yeah, you got to go up and over. And with UCLA setter in the back row right now, that's the perfect target to get UCLA out of system, make the setter take the first ball.
Whittingstall tried to slap the slide, missed. Iowa gets a block, push back. Duffy right side swing. Barrett with a dig. Schleister just knocks it over. Iowa with the block again. Chopped over. Boy, that is perfect placement from Urzua. It is 9-2 UCLA, and this feels a lot like Washington felt, and that wasn't good.
And UCLA hitting 500, already a much improved than from the second set.
Moisio, Amaral, Van Zant. Rifles it off of Singletary as she found the middle blocker.
Her 7th kill. Van Zant's hitting pretty well tonight. Not as well as her night on Friday, but been pretty consistent tonight.
Boy, and Iowa just cannot get out of their own way. As that serve from Van Zant, who is one of Iowa's more aggressive servers, but she knocks it over the end line, so boy, I guess it's a fine line to walk. You can't complain about you need to serve more aggressively, and then you're going to make some service errors serving more aggressively. But Lutz knocks it at Barrett. Great ball to Amaral. And she made that same decision Friday night, and she tries to dunk it with Briscoe sitting right on top of her, and it's just an easy block for the UCLA middle.
Yeah, and like you've mentioned, you like to see that more in transition where the block is scrambling a little bit more. With Briscoe there, just dead set in the middle, that's a really easy block for her to just go straight up and get a piece of it.
Barrett, good ball. Stepanidis tooled the hands nicely off of the antenna.
Was hoping the ref would not miss that one.
I'm not convinced of anything at this point on that front. 11-4 UCLA. Oh boy. That ball's just.
That's the 6th service error for Iowa.
That's the 3rd in a row, though. I was used to joke in previous years. Paul Desmond was Ellie's club coach. He would have snapped a clipboard by now with those 3 service errors in a row. We ordered bunches for him from Amazon to help him out. Stepanidis gets the kill off the block. Now, the hard part is I know Amaral's going to get this in, but it's going to be a floater at Urzua, and she's going to dime past Duffy, and then I'm going to be like, well, serve more aggressive. Instead, she goes to Lutz. It's a dime pass to Duffy, who dunks it over her head and scores.
And that's tough because I'm sure Amaral was just trying to get it over and in with 3 servicers in a row. You know, you're kind of in your head back there a little bit as a server. You're like, okay, I have to get this over and in. I've, 3 servers before me. I've all headed out. But then, it makes it just that much easier for UCLA's offense to do something with it.
Do you know that as a server?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I know I would. Leverett gets the swing. Moisio digs it. Amaral right side to Stepanidis. She goes off the hands and scores.
She usually adds to the pressure, though, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, I have to serve this in. I can't continue the run of missed serves, and then it's just that much more of a pressure situation.
Because I absolutely know is the way my brain works is because it hurts me on a golf course too. It's like, well, I know what I did 3 holes ago,
right?
Because I can't get rid of it. Schleister knocks it over. Perfect pass from Urzua. Tipped over. Amaral. Stojanovic back set to Van Zandt. Dug by Urzua. Van Zandt tries again. She's dug by Lutz. Leverett tips. Van Zandt's there. Right side to Varez. She swipes at it. Dug by Duffy. Leverett, big swing. Blocked. Covered by Lutz. Boy, in the middle in transition, Moisio gets there. Varez from the right. Blocked. Covered by Schleister. Van Zandt chops, covered by Stojanovic. Van Zandt covered by Amaral. Schleister, Van Zandt, not covered. Iowa ran out of gas.
UCLA's block just unforgiving there in all those swings. Got a piece of every single swing, forcing Iowa's defense to do lots of covering in that rally.
Iowa did a good job when it was on the UCLA side. And then UCLA did a great job when it was on the Iowa side. 14-6 here in the third. We will take 60 seconds. This is Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield.
Life moves fast. Quick Start keeps up. Whether it's fresh coffee, a bakery treat, or take-home meals that make life easier, we've got everything you need right here. While you're fueling up with our fully guaranteed gasoline, we've got great services like free ATMs and free air. Always clean stores, clean restrooms, and a smile for your day. Hey, we're all about saving you time, money, and making life easier. Quick Star's here for you. Whenever you need us, we got you covered.
Hello, Iowa. Here's a promise. Wherever you are in this great state, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, even if you never walk through our doors. Educating, caring, leading research, sharing our expertise with all. Because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
John Evans and Reagan Coyle back here at Carver Hawkeye Arena. All right, you said earlier this is why you're not the play-by-play, and I know why. I know why I'm not a coach. So at 14-6 here in the third, you've lost 6 matches in a row, and I know I've been around this team enough. I remember I know what losing streaks have felt like before. This one has felt different because Iowa has been so competitive for the most part. But in the end, you're still losing, and that has to weigh on you at some level.
Definitely, especially being so close. I mean, this one doesn't quite feel the same, but just
right.
Yeah, but yeah, like you said,
but so
being so close.
So my question becomes, and I'll ask after the Duffy serve here, Van Zandt overpass, and Amaral can't go up and compete with the Leverett dunk as a back row setter, 15-6. So my question is, how do you make sure the team is aware and knows that this is the one-off, not all the other matches that you've been competitive in? How do you keep everybody's spirits up in what looks like, unless you figure out something, your 7th loss in a row as the serve goes long, 15-7?
That is a great question.
Because this will if this progresses the way it's going, this is only the 3rd time Iowa's been swept this year. Iowa will be 10-10, and this will only be the 3rd time they've been swept in those 10 losses. They have been in matches. They have 6 5-set losses. And Stojanovic knocks the serve out.
I feel like it's got to be just that. It's doing the things right that they can control, and they have not been doing that today.
Don't want to miss. McKenna Rumpel checks in, the freshman from Mesa, Arizona, for her first action. She comes in for Whittingstall. Leverett to serve. It's 16-7 UCLA. Schleister, good pass. Right side to Varez. Tries to go high hands and misses. And that will bring in Gia McGrew. Leverett pops it over. Bad pass from Schleister. Moisio gets there. Charday gets lucky with two hands. Right side tip. Gia's on the ground and gets it. Van Zandt tips it over. Schumacher diving play. Middle attack thrown over. Coach Barnes is right, but we are never getting that call from this up ref.
Right. Good hustle play by McGrew. UCLA testing to see if she's warm to pick up that tip ball right over the block.
As Singletary threw the one-handed slider over her head and actually changed directions with it. Leverett pumps it over. Schleister, good ball to Amaral. Outside behind Van Zandt, though. She hangs. Leverett, good dig. Right side swing. Dug by Schleister. Amaral's able to chase it down. Van Zandt, good one-handed dig there. UCLA gets it in the air. Gia takes it. Amaral fights through, gives it back to Gia, but it's not a good set. And Gia just ends up having to just pop it out of bounds as she tried to hit hands on the way out.
It's a tough get. Good reverse by Amaral, but too tight, and Gia not really able to do much with that ball.
So coach is talking to Leverett. That'll bring the trainer over. She and Schumacher, I think, collided when they got one of those miraculous digs up there in the back row. (19-7) UCLA. Leverett pops it over. Great serve. Overpass and out of bounds from Schleister. Coach Barnes does have a timeout left, and he will use it, as we have 5 straight for UCLA. 60 seconds. This is Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield.
Life's busy. Quickstar makes it easier. From fresh hot coffee to delicious bakery treats and quick grab-and-go meals and snacks, we've got what you need when you're on the run. Top off your tank with Quickstar's fully guaranteed fuel to keep you moving. Plus, enjoy added perks like free ATMs and complimentary air for your tires. Convenience, savings, and a see you next time with a smile. We're your go-to for everything you need to keep your day on track, because your comfort and cravings deserve the best. Stop into Quickstar today.
Can you think of anything that costs the same today as it did 10 years ago? There isn't much. That is, unless you're a Mid-American Energy customer. Thanks to all the renewable energy we're generating, our customers pay nearly the same rate for electricity today as they did back when we were all singing, "Call Me Maybe." And with Mid-American making even more investments in clean energy, you can count on enjoying those same affordable rates for the next decade. Now that's obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
John Evans and Reagan Coyle back trying to solve the emoji puzzle. Because the UCLA puzzle has proven impossible for Iowa to solve today. UCLA, after a crazy good first set hitting, is just okay here. 450 in the third. But more importantly, Iowa hanging around at 0 again. 5 kills, 5 errors for the Hawks. Iowa actually has more swings, which I'm not sure I would have guessed that. But 8 ace serves for UCLA, none for Iowa. Leverett goes at Schleister, another bad Hawkeye pass. will just get knocked over. Leverett takes it off the back line. Duffy, middle attack. Oh, my goodness. That's just mean from Singletary. Her 10th kill. And Marquardt.
31 ball, yeah.
Marquardt will re-enter for Schleister. This has not been the Hawkeye back row's A game. I won't call it A effort because the effort has been there, but it hasn't been the best success rate. As a bad pass from Marquardt. Gets the out-of-system swing for Van Zandt off the Moisio set, and she gets the kill off the hands, 21-8.
It's a good swing by Van Zandt. Out-of-system ball, but good set by Moisio. Found some space on Singletary's left hand coming down from that block.
I just don't remember Coach Barnes wanting Iowa to be so pin heavy. Barrett gets the serve in, right side swing coming, blocked, and just out of bounds as it looked like it rattled off Rumpel's head. Give that kill to Ivkovic, 22-18. I mean, 33 swings for Van Zandt, 21 for Vares, 14 for Stepanidis. Just 7 for Stojanovic and 6 for Whittingstall.
And I feel like Iowa's been in system quite a bit today. I just feel like it may be like a trust thing. I don't know if they've been connecting as well, so maybe it's just a hesitation by Amaral.
Marquardt with a bad pass. Great hands from Rumpel. Actually gave Van Zandt a swing, but she unfortunately blasted it long, 23-8. Coach Barnes will challenge, thinks it's a touch. Because at this point, why not?
A little bit surprised by that, but.
Some ways too, there's probably a message to be sent to the team of, hey, I'm not going to quit on you. I think they touched it, so here we go. Let's have a play here. You want another timeout? Boy, it looks like it's well over the hands there from Van Zandt on the big screen. She's been incredibly fast on challenges. This one has probably taken her longer than the other three have combined.
Yeah.
Leverett has 15. She's hit 400 for the Bruins. Mariana Singletary had an out-of-body experience in the middle of the beginning of the second set. Otherwise, she's been amazing. She has 10 kills on 21 swings. Ivkovic has 7. Briscoe's chipped in 4 for fun. Duffy has a couple. She has 6 assists, or 6 aces, 7 digs, 33 assists to go with a couple blocks. Iowa has 8 from Stepanidis, 8 from Van Zandt, 6 from Vares. But Iowa hitting 0 in this set and 121 for the match. Just a good reminder that Hawkeye Volleyball is brought to you by Quickstar. Quickstar is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye Volleyball. Find the nearest Quickstar location at quickstar.com. Yeah, she is after this one.
This has taken a lot longer than any other challenge that's been more obvious than this one.
I couldn't tell whether she said confirmed or reversed. We'll see here and just confirmed. Yeah, the out part I don't think was any real mystery.
Right.
So 23-8. And we've got Carly Hendrickson back and ready to serve. Great serve. That ball drops in front of Marquardt. Ace serve number 9. And we're hands, and I think I'm on to at least 1 foot, if not 2, of match points here. 24-8. Marquardt, good ball to Amaral this time. Slide to Rumpel. Off the block and scores. Happy for the freshman to get a kill.
Good slide attack there. Good to see middle involvement.
Van Zandt to serve. Urzua, good pass. Right side swing. Hawks come in late, and that was a freight train.
It was, even after UCLA struggled a bit in that second set. I knew they were going to come back a little bit different in that third set to really utilize their high-powered offense, really balanced offense. Schumacher plays great defense for them, gets everything up. So, but certainly not Iowa's best show. They can compete better than that, and yeah, just kind of a disappointment feeling, knowing that they can compete with a team like UCLA, but just didn't do it today.
Yeah, that was. Again, I'm an old guy. I've played sports a long time. I understand that you don't show up with your A ability every day. You really don't even show up with your A effort every day. You want to. You say all the good. You say all the right things about how you're going to try. But Iowa, almost to a person today, didn't feel like that was. I'm not even sure that was B effort from Iowa. Again, how the play was aside, the effort level is the part that whether you're tired, it's been long, but I mean obviously you went through the Big Ten grind before. It doesn't get easier.
Right.
It's not like you look at the schedule and go, oh, okay, that'll be better.
Exactly. None of those.
The Big Ten, the only thing that's better is you're at home for 2 weeks. You were home this weekend, you're home next week. So that in itself gives you a little bit. You get to sleep in your own bed. You don't have to jump on a plane. You don't have to travel. But besides that, there's no part of this that gets easy. You're going to play Michigan State next Friday, a team we've already seen, lost a tough 5-set or 2. You're going to play Rutgers, who you may look at the schedule and go, oh, it's Rutgers. Playing some pretty good volleyball. Nothing you're going to say there that's going to go, okay, that's easy. Then you go to Northwestern. You go to Illinois. Northwestern has played some very good volleyball. And then don't even get me started on what the rest of November looks like.
Right.
So, I mean, somewhere in there, you just kind of got to buckle up and go, this is who we have in the room. This is what it looks like. What are we going to do about it?
For sure. And some of these matches, like Friday night, there's some moments to be proud of how Iowa battled, and to take a set from a good USC team is great, but there is really just not much to be proud of in this match against UCLA. They definitely did not play Iowa volleyball, and like you said, each match is tough in the Big Ten, and if you bring this kind of effort and intensity in play against those teams, it's going to be a long season.
Yeah, you feel like you just want to, again, I feel like I've only seen this once. I felt like I saw this in Washington when we were in Seattle. This was, and that you had some. I'll use the air quotes. Nobody can see them, but I'll use the air quotes. You had reasons. We had a very difficult travel night. You had all these things. You lost that difficult 5-setter the night before, so you could kind of wrap up a bunch of, again, reasons / excuses for why you were flat that night. I'm not sure. I don't have that same feeling here. You're at home. You've got another great crowd. John Leo and I were talking before the match. The 2,300 that we had Friday night was the best crowd of the season. We've kind of talked about whether Extreme or Carver or whatever it is. This crowd, I think, probably almost matched it. Yeah,
I agree,
I looked behind us a couple times. It went up well behind us. It was a very good crowd. I would guess we were probably over 2,000 again, or at least close. Mm-hmm. Certainly one of the better attended matches. So to have the support, to have all of that, and then bring that effort level, that doesn't correspond to me. That's the part I'm probably not as okay with.
Right. You definitely want, you always want to have a good home crowd. And when the crowd shows up for you, you got to show up for the crowd.
Yeah.
And like you said, they did not do that today. And, you want the people that came into this match that might have not attended if it was at Extreme, to leave here saying, I think I might, maybe I will attend matches at Extreme going forward. But just with how today felt, I don't think that it's going to change people's opinion.
Yeah, there was nothing about today that's going to inspire new attendance. And I think that's the unfortunate part. And sadly, we were made aware, we were aware of that on the Washington night was the match we were on Big Ten Network, the regular network. It's like, well, okay. Everybody sees that and they go, oh, it's the same old Iowa. It's not the same old Iowa. It's really not. I mean, this is a different, more athletic team. And that sounds like I'm trying to criticize the other teams. It's not. It's just been a build to get to here. And you see Charday, and you see Carmel, and you see Mo running the back row. And you see some of that athleticism that quite frankly, maybe Iowa's lacked since your days. That feels like when you show up, this has been the year that I've shown up, and I have felt like Iowa could compete in every match. I haven't always felt like that over the last couple of years, particularly.
Right.
And so I guess that's what makes me sad, is when you get the good crowd, and I know how hard they're working. I just want them to be able to show that and to show the people, hey, I know the win-loss record hasn't turned out exactly the way we want, but it's good volleyball. And unfortunately, I don't feel like we kind of put that show on display today. I
agree. And, you know, they had a really gettable set there in the second. That was important. That was crucial. That's a set you got to have if you're Iowa. UCLA is not on their A game. You have to take advantage of that. And then just to not get that one is a bit deflating going into the third. And then you have the effort that they brought in the third. It's definitely not going to help the intensity at all.
Yeah, UCLA found their offensive rhythm again there in set 3, which you knew they weren't going to lose it forever, and so you were kind of hoping that maybe you could match that by coming off catching them in set 2 when they were down, and then using that as a springboard. And unfortunately, if I was a kid jumping on those trampolines, every once in a while you get to the edge and you get your foot caught in the spring. That's what happened to Iowa today. Foot got caught in the spring. There was no jumping back for Iowa. Have you had enough final thoughts?
I think so. I think we should close this chapter in this book of the season that is the Big Ten.
I hate to be the old man on a cloud, so let's get off before anything worse happens. That will do it this afternoon from Carver Hawkeye Arena. It was all UCLA as they take down Iowa by scores of. Carver is weird. They've actually already turned off the scoreboard, so good for them. 25-14, 25-23, and 25-9. Iowa stays at home next weekend. Back at Extreme Arena, though, where Iowa will take on the Michigan State Spartans on Friday night at 6 o'clock. It's country night, and it's at Extreme Arena, as well as letter winner night. So come see Reagan Coyle decked out in her best country attire for letter winner night.
Oh, yeah. That sounds like a great combination.
So for Reagan Coyle, I'm John Evans. Thanks for listening this weekend. We will talk to you next Friday from Extreme Arena. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Go Hawks.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield, this has been Iowa Hawkeye Volleyball, presented by Quick Star. Also brought to you by Hyatt Regency, caring for people so they can be their best. Iowa Corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. Homewood Suites and Home 2. Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels. The Iowa City Area Sports Commission. Your Iowa John Deere dealers. John Deere loves to see the Hawkeyes do their thing, because if anyone can appreciate building the legacy, it's Deere. Oak Knoll Retirement Community, University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. And by Wellmark. You're listening to healthy coverage of the Iowa Hawkeyes from Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.